Hello people of the internet. So today I thought I would do something a little bit different than what I normally do. So I purchased these lipsticks from, I think they're from China. The Me Now Generation 2 liquid, no, long-lasting lip gloss, which really they're more like liquid lipsticks. I have 8 of them here. So yeah, I thought I would do a swatch review type video for y'all because I wanted a non-transferable lipstick. There we go, non-transferable lipstick, because I want to be able to drink drinks and not leave a lip stain on the cup. So I purchased these because I read some reviews and I watched some videos of people like proving like, oh, this doesn't transfer. So I thought I would make my own video about them, swatch a few colors. I definitely want to purchase more of these because I already know that I have tried one of them. I think I tried this one, and did not move. It didn't move. It was like impossible to take off. So I have some makeup remover wipes over here so that way I can get them off in between. And yeah, I will get started then. So I figured it would be easiest to go from lightest to darkest because since they don't come off so easily, I figured this way the dark will hide the light rather than you seeing the dark come through in the light color. So I figured I'd start with the lightest shade. Most of the shades I did pick up are matte. I think I have 2 that are shimmery shades, but even at that, like, they still feel matte, they just look a little glittery. I've read that these are not great if you got chapped lips, which is why I waited so long to do this video, because I waited for my lips to get back to normal. So yeah, I know if you do have chapped lips, it's probably not the best thing to do because these things are super matte. So yeah, the first shade I have is number 20. I wish they had names, but they don't. So number 20, and it's like this naturally pinky looking lipstick. This one I was most excited about because if I could find like a really good non-transferable matte natural lip, that's great. And all these lipsticks do have a doe foot applicator, and I know that they said like when you're trying these on to test like if they're transferable or not, you have to wait until they're completely dry because otherwise, yes, they do transfer. Okay, so this is shade number 20. It's actually really pretty. It's a little pinker than I thought it would be, a little more like corally, not so natural, because it does look like it's going to be very natural. I guess it's kind of close to the shade that it looks, but I don't know, I just thought it would be more natural. But it is really pretty. I like it a lot. And like they are pretty sticky at first. They take a little second to dry. It's still a little sticky, but I can do a kiss test and tell you if they transfer. There's no transfer right there. So even though it's not completely dry right now, it's still not transferring, so that's a good sign for these. Okay, so the next shade I have is shade number 13, and it's like this pinky, hot pink kind of shade. It's not super hot pink, it's kind of like in between pink. I don't really know how to describe it, but it looks hot pink-ish, so I'm gonna go with hot pink. So yeah, just so you know about removing these, it did take a little work to get it off. It's still not 100% off, but it's enough that I can try another shade. So I was wrong to call this color anything but hot pink because it definitely is a hot pink. I actually really love this color. Of the 2 I've tried so far, this one is my favorite. So yeah, this is a good one. And then kiss test. Nope, no transfer, so 2 for 2 so far, so I think we're good. And this one's a little bit less sticky than the first one. I don't know if that's because I let it sit a little bit longer, but it is less sticky. It doesn't stick to like other surfaces, but like to each other they stick, but it's a little less sticky. So that shade was definitely a lot harder to take off than the first, so I'm assuming that the more pigmented and the darker the shade, the harder it is going to be to take off. So the next shade I have is number 4, and this is one of my 2 shimmery shades. Okay, so this shade is really similar to the last shade I tried on, shade number 13. Yeah, they're really similar, and in the tube it looks like it's going to be shimmering, but on my lips it's not really. I mean, if you look really close, I don't know if I can get it on camera. I don't think I can, but I can see it in my, I have a mirror down here, and I can see that there's a very slight shimmer, but it's really not super shimmery, and the colors are very similar, so if I knew that ahead of time, I definitely wouldn't have bought both of them, but I mean, it just means I have more of the color that I like best. So, yeah, and then kiss test, still no transfer, so we are still 3 for 3 as far as non-transferable lipsticks. And I also have noticed that if you wait too long to blend the color out, it doesn't blend because it dries real fast. At least that's why it's like awkwardly not blended here. So the next shade I have is shade number 19, and it appears to be a reddish corally color, so I'm really excited to try this one out. So this is a really pretty color, and it's definitely true to the color that you see on the outside of the tube, so that's good. It definitely is a reddish coral color. This one was a little weird to apply because my like little doe foot piece, like the plasticky piece, was a little bit loose, so I had to hold it from the plastic instead of from this little black piece. So it was a little awkward to apply, but I think I made it work. So yeah, this is a really nice color. It's definitely competing with the hot pink color for my favorite color that I've tried so far. I just realized I forgot to do a kiss test, so here it is. And still no transfer. So the next shade I have is shade number 34, and this is, oh, a fly just flew into my window. And this is the shade that I have tried on previously just to test a random shade, and it is a shimmery red. Okay, so this is the shade. You can definitely see that it is a shimmery shade. Let me see if I can get closer. I think of the 2 shimmery shades, you can definitely see it in this one because you can see it more in the tube too. So this is a really pretty color, but it does take a little second for you to actually get a good payoff on your lips, because at first it kind of blends sheer red, and then like this is 2 coats of it, so the second coat I think it comes out pretty good. It's not as bright as the color, but then again, I'm not a super red person anyway, so I still really like this color just as it is, not super pigmented. But let's see, kiss test. Still no transfer, so 5 for 5 on non-transferable. This one is less pigmented, so it's a little lower on my favorites scale so far, but it's still a really pretty color, and it still looks really good even though it's not as pigmented as the tube says it might be. So that shade was definitely the easiest of the darker shades to remove. Not as easy as the lightest shade I tried on, but definitely a lot easier to remove than the hot pink shades that I tried. So that's a plus, considering it's a pretty dark color, and usually reds bleed all over your face when you take them off. But that one is fairly easy to remove. So the next shade I have is number 32, and it's like a brick red kind of color. Okay, so this is definitely more of a true red, whereas the other one was a little more of like a bluish toned red. So this is more like 1950s, let me put on some bright red lipstick red. And this is not a color I would normally wear, but for some reason with this eyeliner, it looks like it works. So I'm okay with it. And this one also, maybe it's just something with the reds, it does look sheer on the first coat, and then the second coat makes it darker. But when you take it out of the thing, like out of the little tube, it does look like it's going to be like really dark, but it's not that dark on your lips. It's more of a true red. Like it looked like it was going to be like a red wine color, but it ended up not being that color. So I don't know if you get that color if you just keep adding layers, but I mean, this color looks pretty close. Well, actually the tube is darker. It's brighter than the tube. So, I mean, it works if you're looking for a red, we could try it and go darker. I'm not going to because I like it this color, but yeah, so kiss test. Still no transfer. Okay, so that color did come off, like remove almost as easily as the last red shade number 34, but it did bleed outside the lines like red lipsticks normally do, where it looks like you got punched in the face. It did do that, but it's easily fixed. Just scrub a little harder, add some cover up like I did, and yeah. So the next shade I have is number 33, which looks like a super dark brick red, almost brownish color. Okay, so this color is a lot more of the red wine color, almost oxblood color. Actually, it is oxblood, that I was expecting to get from the shade before, shade number 32. And this is more like the reds I normally wear, the darker reds, because especially in fall, I love these sort of oxblood and berry type colors. It is a little on the berry side, so I really like this color. It was a little harder to apply because it took a few coats to get an even like distribution of color, because it would end up being like darker in the middle than light, and then I was like, I can't show them this. So it did take a little while to get a good even application, and even at that, it's still not 100% even. Like you can see, it's like darker there and there, but it is definitely workable, and I think if you move fast enough, it'll definitely come out even. But being that they dry super fast, you have to move really fast to blend them. When I was first applying it, it looked brown. Like before I let it dry, it came out brown, almost identical to the way it looks in the tube, because this color does not look like it would in the tube. So it did come out this color at first, but then after letting it dried to this oxblood color that I've got going on right now. So kiss test. Still no transfer, and for a dark shade like this, that's really, really hard to accomplish. So what I'm discovering is that the darker shades are a lot easier to rub off than those 3 hot pinky shades. Like the 2 hot pinks and the coral were definitely the hardest to remove, but these darker shades do come off really easily. They just do bleed, but that's expected with most darker shade lipsticks, that they do kind of rub everywhere when you're trying to get them off. So it's not anything that I didn't expect. So the last shade that I have, which is probably the shade I'm most excited about, is shade number 22. And if y'all don't know, I am obsessed with berry lips and purple lips, so this is definitely I'm most excited to try this one. It is a matte, because like I said, I only had 2 shimmery ones, and it was that hot pink one and then the red one, so I'm excited to try this matte berry because this might be my go-to lipstick. So I think I was definitely right to get most excited about this shade. It only took me 1 application, like 1 coat of this, to get even color, and it was super pigmented, and it's also the only shade I've tried that's not sticky. Like there's no stickiness, and all the rest of them, my lips were sticking to each other, and then to my hand, of course, still not sticky. Oh, my hand is so red. This is from rubbing off all the lipsticks. Literally, my makeup wipe is like, it looks like I had got into a fight or something. But yeah, like no stickiness, and it's super, super pigmented, and it feels, of all the colors, it definitely feels the best on my lips. It's not chalky feeling, it's not sticky feeling, it just is all around great. So this is definitely, of all the shades I've tried, my favorite. Partially because I am really biased towards the berry lips and purple lips and all that, but also because it feels the best on my lips, like feels the most natural. I literally feel like I have nothing on my lips. So kiss test, and still no transfer. So I'm really, really happy with these, because we just tried all 8 shades, I just tried all 8 shades that I bought, and all of them didn't transfer, so they definitely lived up to their name. And they're also really cheap, so I mean, if you're looking for a good non-transferable lipstick, I would recommend these, because they're like $1.50 a piece or something on eBay. I think I got them on eBay, and they came within, I'd say like 2-3 weeks or something. like, expect them to take a little while because they are coming out of China and things tend to take a while coming out of China, but I think that they work. And just so you guys know just how non-transferable these things are, I'm going to do a rub test. So, rubbing, not transferring at all. Not even, well, my hands are red to begin with, but they'd be purple right now. So, here, yeah. Non-transferring, not transferring. So, otherwise, right now, I would have, like, a line down my face if it was any other color except these, or any other lipstick except these lipsticks. So, there you go, non-transferring, really cheap, workable lipstick. So, if you guys enjoyed watching me try these, and if you learned something and you're gonna go purchase these, I'll put a link down in the description bar of where I got them. I don't know if the links, like, I think there's different sellers, like there's a couple different ones, so I'll post a few of them in the description bar. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a good lipstick that's dirt cheap, it just takes a little while to get to you, I'd recommend these because I think they're still going to last a while too, because you're not applying it multiple times throughout the day. So yeah, if you guys liked it, give it a big old thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Subscribe too, because I love gathering subscribers like my family. I need to come up with a name for my subscribers. So if you have a good idea for a name for my subscribers, let me know in the comments below. I take requests, so request things. And also, just so you guys know, I am going to be on holiday for the next 2 weeks or so, so there won't be videos up, I think, next Sunday and the following Sunday. So just in case y'all are wondering what's going on, I'm going to be on a cruise, so I won't be around to film. I do have another video filmed for when I do get back, but being that I won't have Wi-Fi on the cruise, I won't be able to put up videos, and it makes me so sad. But so yeah, I won't be able to upload because of the non-Wi-Fi situation. So I will definitely get back into it as soon as I get back. I have a fun video recorded for when I do get back. So if you're looking forward to that, then subscribe so that you get a little notification thingy that tells you that I've uploaded that. And yeah, thanks. Bye guys.